Jayrabian here, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about this fantastic mill deck. Do a little bit of deck analysis, if you will. This is the deck that I hit KOG with this season. It went extremely well for me too. I climbed Plat mostly with Mako, promoted to Legend using Mako, but from Legend 1 all the way to Legend 3 I played this exact deck. I think I lost maybe once or twice in Legend 1. I know I lost, I think, twice in Legend 2, and then as soon as I hit Legend 3, I won 5 straight games to KOG. The deck works very well. But yeah, so let's just get into it, shall we? We have, first off, 3 Wormworms. Wormworm, I think, doesn't need a whole lot of explanation in this deck. It's kind of a staple. We have our Jows. Jows, some people aren't sure about with the mill deck, but Jows, I think, is amazing for the mill deck. I mean, first of all, you're going to be able to combo with your Assault on GHQ whenever you take their monster, which is always going to be awesome. So just anytime, if they have something that's threatening, or even if just you can spare a GHQ because you don't need it for one of your worms or anything, it's nice to be able to combo with the Jows to destroy their monster and get mill all out of it at the same time. However, I think a bigger thing than that mill and monster destroying synergy, I think, is the fact that Jows is a really good stall card in this deck. We have some stall with our Faint Plans and Windstorm and Curse, but Jows really can come in clutch when you don't have the right kind of stall you need to be able to delay long enough to mill your opponent out. So Jows is really great in this situation because if your opponent has 2 monsters and all you have is a Jows with no back row support to stall, you can set your Jows, they attack one, you can take the other, or you can take that the one they attacked with if it was bigger, and basically you're just able to use just this monster without popping any other resources to stall out. So I mean, I think Jows is great in this deck. I wouldn't go without it. And then we have our hero Shadow Scouts. I think just like we said with Wormworm, it's not really, it doesn't really need much explaining. It's great in this deck just because of obvious mill, 3-card mill, and it's draw, so it's not as good as Wormworm, you would think, because your opponent does get to draw 3 cards, and they do discard spells, but you might be helping them by giving them cards they could use and they might need. But I mean, it's super clutch as well, just because in certain situations you can basically end the game with hero, where, like, for example, if your opponent may have lethal on you the next turn and you can only put 1 monster on the field, and you put Wormworm on the field, but they only have 2 cards left, Wormworm's going to mill those 2 cards, but then it's not going to end the game. They're not going to have to draw. They're going to be able to kill you before they have to draw again if they have that lethal. Whereas if you have hero, you can say hero, and hero says draw 3 cards. So if they only have 2, hero wins you the game in that situation. So hero's definitely a great card for mill in this deck, in this game. We definitely need it in this deck. Now, a lot of people question me on the DNA checkup. A lot of people question me. They say, "What are you doing with this card? This is crazy. You don't need to run this card. You should be running Cup of Ace instead. You need to be running Cup of Ace. You need to be running Cup of Ace." Well, I played Cup of Ace for a long time in this deck. I got sick of it, to tell you the truth, because Cup of Ace is a 50-50, and honestly, this is almost 50-50 as well. It's not necessarily guaranteed, so it's not 100% better than Cup of Ace, but just like Cup of Ace, one way or the other, you or your opponent will draw 2 cards. So it's going to be good either way, just like Cup of Ace can be in a mill deck. However, my point of thinking, I guess, was with DNA Checkup, or let's say with Cup of Ace. With Cup of Ace, or with just drawing cards, so with just drawing cards, if your opponent draws 2 cards, that's good for you because you're trying to mill them out, and you're basically milling, that is a step towards milling them into 0 cards. However, I think that it's definitely going to be more beneficial, unless you're in a mill versus mill mirror match. I think it's going to be more beneficial for you to be drawing cards as opposed to your opponent, because I think that if you get to draw 2 cards instead, you're just going to give yourself more mill power. So I prefer to draw. With Cup of Ace, it's always a toss-up, and I get so frustrated when I really need to draw, and it always goes to them. And so I guess my thinking with DNA Checkup is it puts the choice in your opponent's hands. Your opponent gets to choose 2 attributes, and if they choose correctly, then they get to draw 2 cards. If they choose incorrectly, then you draw 2 cards. So your opponent knows you're playing mill by the time you play this card. That's kind of part of the idea. Or even if they don't, once you activate this card, they probably know you're playing a mill deck. So most people are going to know what to expect out of the mill deck. They're going to know Worm, they're going to know Hero. So almost always I'm expecting the person to know that there's going to be the best attributes probably to choose are going to be Fire and Dark. So now that we're here and we know that they're probably going to know that the monster's most likely going to be Fire or Dark, what do we think? Do they choose Fire or Dark, or do they not? My thinking is that if it was me, I would not choose Fire or Dark. I would let my opponent draw 2 cards instead, because we know we're playing against mill, and we know that they want us to run out of cards. So I'm not going to help them by making a decision that's going to cause me to mill myself 2 more cards. So the idea of putting DNA Checkup is to basically give your opponent the choice to choose to draw 2 or to give you 2, and hopefully they will give you 2. That's the idea, because like I said, I think it's more beneficial for you to pick up 2 more cards of mill power from your deck than to give your opponent 2 cards towards the overall goal of milling them out. So that's why I run DNA Checkup instead of Cup of Ace. Like I said, a lot of people come at me like, no, Cup of Ace, and I'm just like, no, DNA Checkup, and I liked it a lot, and it worked out a lot for me, and it took me to KOG, so definitely nothing wrong with it. 3 assaults on GHQ. We all know assault on GHQ, destroy a monster, then take 2 cards from the opponent's top of the deck and throw them in the graveyard. So Assault on GHQ is great with Worm. Assault on GHQ is great with Jowls when you take your opponent's monster, destroy it. Great with mill, period. Curse of Anubis and Windstorm are both here for stall, just to help you last. Same as Faint Plan. Faint Plan is there to help you last. And Chain Destruction is the huge mill combo. Most of you probably know about this already. For those of you that don't, Chain Destruction in this deck allows you to pop off an 11-card mill combo. So basically, if you early game can get Chain Destruction and set it on the field, then whenever you summon a Worm, and that's normal summon or flip summon, you can activate Chain Destruction, take 2 more Worms from your deck or your hand. They get destroyed into the graveyard, and since they're destroyed into the graveyard, that means their effects activate. You automatically get to mill 6 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. It's awesome. It's freaking just crazy. So that's 6 cards right there. Then you're going to pop an Assault on GHQ on the Worm you summoned, 2 cards on the GHQ, and then 3 more cards on Worm's effect. So that's 5 cards in that. So altogether, that's an 11-card mill combo. It's insane. It's so great. Like, I've got a really good replay actually, and I'll show it. Or no, never mind. That's the replay's been deleted. Shoot. Well, hopefully we'll get to give you guys an example in the game. We'll go ahead and play a game now. See if we can get some nice footage for you guys to observe the deck and see how all these cards work. And yeah, hopefully you guys like the deck. And yeah, that's all. I just want to share this with everyone and make sure everyone understands, I guess, the point and abilities of every card here. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I will do my best to help you guys out. Raise Arrow and the King of Games. Let's do it. Alright, he got Bakura, maybe Fiend Farewell, which actually, if he does a lot of that self-mill, it'll be alright. Then again, the self-mill from Fiend Farewell decks are usually going to be from us destroying his monsters and from Doom Dogs, which we're not going to be destroying any of that stuff. So we opened up a hero here. So basically what we're going to do with opening up a hero, we're going to throw down 1 Assault on GHQ to have it ready in case we draw into a Worm or anything that we want to pop it on. And we're going to go ahead and set a Faint Plan with the intent of stopping him from attacking our hero on his turn. Okay, so this probably is a Fiend Farewell deck, and that's fine. Shouldn't give us any problem. So he's in the battle phase now. Now, a big thing to look out for that can hurt you a lot, this deck, is anti-magic arrows. If you even suspect that they maybe are gonna playing or have anti-magic arrows, definitely toggle on during their turn and make sure you activate your Faint Plans or your Curse of Anubis or whatever before the battle phase begins, because that can cost you the game for sure if they anti-magic arrow and you can't pop your stall card. That can definitely cost you the game. So we didn't get anything here. We just got literally another stall card, so that's fine. We're going to set the Faint Plan. again with just the intent of delaying him opening up our field. So we're stalling in this deck is key because, like, sure, we have a 3-card mill here, but if we let him kill his 3-card mill, we have nothing else defending our field. So we pretty much are doing these feint plans here and stalling this game out to keep ourselves alive long enough to draw the cards necessary to mill him out. And it's good. It's good because every turn we stall, there's another card he gets to draw naturally. So definitely not a bad thing at all. So we got a Curse of Anubis now. So we're gonna go in with another feint plan, and I'll go ahead and set this Curse of Anubis as well. And in before straight flush. Ooh. Tilt City. That's where I would be. So let's see. He's in the battle phase again, so he's going to be tilted that we have all 3 feint plans already, but that's too bad. I'm a little bit tilted at that myself. I'd like to pull into some sweet monsters or something, but it's okay. It's okay. Another assault. It's not what we want. It's not what we want. Wow. I mean, what are you going to do? Hopefully we can draw into maybe a Jowls. A Jowls would be good right about now. I would take a Jowls. We have another freaking Trance Archfiend out. Goes ahead and activates this ability here. And then discard a Mimic. Okay, gain 500 attack. And discard again. Okay. Alright. And this time we're going to definitely have to use that Curse of Anubis. He is not happy right now. Jowls, alright, that's a good draw. We needed that. We need the Jowls. Let's see here. This card you control is destroyed, blah blah blah. And there's no damage anyways, so that's good. We're gonna set this other assault. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna flip hero and try. I'm gonna flip hero, get the effect off. I'm gonna try to kill a Trance Archfiend. We might take life point damage because of this, but that's fine because we're not super close to being dead, and we have Jowls here. So I'm gonna basically what I'm trying to do is to give him a monster to summon Necro before his battle phase. That way he can there's Necrofear in hand. That way we hopefully will be able to Jowls away the Necro and then kill it with our Assault on GHQ. Let's see if he lets us do this. I'm thinking he will because it's going to give him a third fiend in the graveyard. So he has something to activate now. He could, okay, yeah. So he lets it go through. Now he's got an open spot on the field, and he yeah. So he's got an open spot on the field, and he has exactly 3 for his Dark Necrofear. So this is good. This is good. Goes ahead and summons that Dark Necrofear. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Dark Necrofear. Freaky nasty thing. Ugh. That music. Eerie as hell. Ooh. So here we go. We got Dark Necrofear out now. We're going to be taking that for sure. Attack mode there. Attack mode there. He's going to activate the Trance Archfiend. Thinking he might. No, he's not. Alright, fine with me. Goes for the face down first. That's interesting. That's good. That's good for us now. That works for me very well. If he does that, we're going to use that Jowls to take that Necrofear. We're going to toggle on, just in case any kind of craziness happens. Thinking he'll probably Doomdog into, yeah, he's going to do that. If he has an enemy controller, he may Econ take, sacrificing Doomdog to take Necrofear to be able to hit me for 22. But he is not going to do that, it looks like. It is the end of the battle phase. Nope. Your opponent is about to end his or her turn. Now we're going to do the Assault on GHQ on this Necrofear. Now, this kills his Necrofear, but also this leaves Necrofear's effect useless. We have nothing on the field for him to take. So, ooh, that's not good. Now we're in trouble. We have no monsters. Yeah, now we're in big trouble. He's actually got 3 Fiends in the graveyard, so if he has a second Necrofair in hand right now, then yeah, we lose. Even if he doesn't, he's going to be able to get 2,000 attack here. That's going to be 28. All he needs is 1050 monster here, and he wins the game. 1050 and he wins. That's all he needs. If he boosts Trance Archfiend. So yeah, he's got a second Necrofair. So yeah, actually, this is not. This did not go as well as we like. We got him down before, but we it's actually probably the worst I've had with this deck. You know, during that whole climb, I did not really have too much experience with bricks like this. Just basically getting into a situation where we couldn't do anything. Let's try that one more time. Maybe have a little bit better in everything. But I mean, I think just seeing that duel, you guys kind of probably understand how the deck's supposed to be played. The best way, I guess the decisions you're going to be, you know, I guess what you need to think about before you make any decisions. It's definitely, you definitely have to be cautious when you don't have a ton of stall. I mean, and if you have like a bunch of mill right away, like if we open up with an 11 card, the big 11 card mill combo, then you can be a little bit more aggressive. But if you don't have, like just now basically, we had to play super careful. And then even then it wasn't enough. It was not enough. So this is a little bit. This is a lot better actually. This is a lot better. So we're not gonna start off with Wormworm. And the reason I like to start off with Hero and not Wormworm is because I like to hold on to my Wormworms in case I can draw into a Chain Destruction. Especially since I have 2 heroes right now, then that's usually the way I try to play that. Especially because we have the DNA checkup. So like I said, the way I think about DNA checkup is hopefully it's going to be a +2 for us, but if it's not, it's still mill for them. The same thing everyone says with Cup of Ace, but like I mean, and like I said, this guy should probably know, or at least have an idea that you know, this face down is going to be a dark or fire type. I'm assuming this is right back at you. I don't think I saw an ability activate, so yeah, probably a right back at you deck. That's fine. I'm probably going to draw, then activate the DNA checkup. Chain Destruction. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and see if we can draw 2 cards. So we're going to give him 2 cards. What do you choose, my friend? You know it's probably Dark or Fire, possibly Water or Jowls, but what are you going to choose? You going to go for the +2 for you or +2 for me? Dark and Fire. So yeah, he's going to take the 2 cards. That's whatever. We're going to set another hero. Hopefully he's not playing Lava Golem. If he is, it could get rough. Actually, just in case he is, let's go ahead and... Ooh, the risk. Go ahead and mill 3 cards in case we lose both of these. Or maybe say don't, because if we do that, we might give him the Lava Golem. We're just going to end our turn here. See what happens. So next turn, I'm going to summon Wormworm and activate Chain Destruction upon summoning him. And that'll be a 6-card mill, which will put him at 5 cards left. And we have both of these. Coffin Cellar, okay. Each time a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, inflict 300 points of damage. Okay. Oh no, not this. We're about to see a Masked Beast come out? I think we are. Alright. You can respect that Masked Beast. It's not going to matter though, I don't think. Ends his turn, doesn't even attack. He knows we have Hero here. So, I think we're going to go ahead and win right now, my friends. As long as he doesn't have any kind of counters right now. If he has like an enemy controller, for example, that will shut us down. That's a big weakness to the big Chain Destruction combo. If you summon Wormworm, activate Chain D, and they Chain Econ Take, then the Chain Destruction then becomes effective on their deck. So then we'll search their deck in hand instead of your deck in hand for Wormworms and send their Wormworms to the graveyard instead of yours. So especially risky if you're playing in a mill mirror match. I mean, I don't run enemy controllers, but you never know what anyone's going to have in their deck. It's always a complete mystery. So let's go ahead and try this, you guys. We're going to just go ahead and normal summon Wormworm. We're going to chain that normal summon with a Chain Destruction. Alright, we're going to see anything from him. Doesn't look like we are. So, 2 Wormworms in the grave. That's 6-card mill off of his deck. And we take some damage, that's fine. Nothing to be worried about. Kind of interesting he's playing that deck and we're in KOG right now. So 5 cards left, right? 3 plus 3 is 6 if I remember correctly. So we're going to go ahead and flip the hero. He knows exactly which one this is. We're going to flip it. Should be 3-card draw for him. And like I said earlier, you guys, what's so clutch about hero is that he can actually end the game. What the hell is this guy playing? What kind of weird fucking... Alright, inspiration too. Alright, so like I said, now he has 2 cards in his deck. We flip this hero and it's good game. He has to draw 3, and he can't draw 3, which means the game will end. Jam Defender. Alright, you go ahead and activate your Jam Defender, my friend. And that's it. GG. That is how the deck works. That is it. Opponent ran out of cards in the deck and could not draw. I'm glad I could show you guys a good example. Really glad I could show you the Chain D combo. It was great. And yes, I mean, that's kind of just the strengths of this deck, and I hope you guys all like it. I hope you guys have a good time playing the deck. If you guys have any suggestions to the deck list, things to improve possibly, let me know, as long as it's not Cup of Ace, because, like I said, I'm so burnt out on freaking Cup of Ace in this deck. But thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. If you enjoyed enough, please subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Have a wonderful, fantastic day. I love you all a bunch. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.